Well, people are still travelling, but they're going to different destinations. That's the message that's come from Australia's largest travel agency, Flight Centre, which today said its revenue in the past half year was up 6% to $1.4 billion. Flight Centre, in that time, booked more than $12.5 billion worth of travel, and that was up 7%. But Flight Centre's net profit was flat at $60 million. The dividend increased 1 cent to 12 cents a share. The story is that people are still travelling, but they've changed their preferred destinations to places where their dollar goes further. Think Japan rather than the US. One other point, Flight Centre's big competitor, Corporate Travel Management, has also been in a trading halt on the ASX for 6 months after a pricing scandal in the UK. So let's see how all that has affected Flight Centre with its chief executive, Graham Screw Turner, who is with me now. Screw, always good to chat to you. I'm more interested in the customers' habits and behaviour right now. So effectively you're saying that they're going to better value destinations.
Yes, I think, Ross, there's a couple of different reasons for that. Certainly places like Japan and Vietnam have been really popular. But by the same token, the States, probably for different reasons, are down. People are a little bit concerned about some of the aspects you hear coming out of there, the social media searches and just some of the border issues that people do worry about there.
What do you think about ICE agents and Donald Trump and his take on America? That seems a little unusual, don't you think?
Yeah, well, that doesn't encourage people, particularly people who are a bit concerned about their safety in overseas countries, we were in there. We had 2,500 people in LA for our global gathering in July, and we didn't have any issues at all. But you do hear some stories that do put people off. So that's been a factor.
So is this a suggestion that maybe if your social media feeds in the past have been critical, say, of Donald Trump, that might affect your ability to get into the country? Is this the type of thing you're talking about?
That's what the rumour is and what has happened a couple of times. I suspect there wouldn't be too many people on social media that wouldn't be critical of him. So it probably goes a bit deeper than that if they're really going to take some serious action. But it's not my problem because I don't participate much in social media, Ross.
Oh, that's probably right. Okay, I just want to go to something else because everybody's talking AI at the moment. I would have thought of a business that could be disrupted by AI is yours. But during this period, you've obviously booked 7% more travel. So people are still willing to come to an organisation like Flight Centre rather than try and organise it themselves with agentic AI. What's your own sense of that?
Look, there's no doubt people are using AI a lot, particularly to plan their trips. And if you use some of these AI platforms, there is absolutely no doubt that they can give you some really good information if you put the right prompts and requests in. But generally what they do is they then bring that information along to one of our travel consultants, one of our experts who put it together because generally the AI platforms at the moment can't book and ticket these sort of itineraries. That will change. But I think generally people with any level of complexity in their itinerary will like to have an expert behind them when things just go wrong. AI for some time won't be able to help you if your flight gets cancelled or something happens and you end up stranded somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're using AI very constructively to improve the customer service, improve the efficiency of our people, both in corporate and leisure travel. But, there's no doubt that people will use AI more and more and hopefully get a better travel experience out of it, but generally using an expert as well to help them through it.
Okay, just tell me, have you been able to take any business out of corporate travel management, given the woes it's had, and not only from a pricing point of view, the shares have been halted on the ASX, but then also from a reputation point of view? Have you seen any extra business come through the door?
Look, there's no doubt that as contracts are coming up, we're getting involved in a lot more RFPs. There's probably been some contracts come to us. We've been growing quite rapidly, not just in Australia, but particularly in the US and the UK in our corporate business. But I'm not sure much of that's due to CTM's, woes. I do feel sorry for them. And obviously it does affect the industry in general, depending on what's happening. But I think, Ross, the real thing is that people don't really know yet what the story is behind CTM. We know it's a government, UK government contract, and we'll wait and see when they come back with exactly what has happened and what the outcome's going to be.
I'll tell you what, Screw Turner, always good to chat to you, and many thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Ross.